Hey guys, welcome to my very first podcast. Uh, the name is still pending, but for now we have it's called "I'm Glad You Asked." In this podcast, we're going to discuss all kinds of things from gaming landscape to anime, typical media stuff, nerd stuff, and whatever piques our interest. Today, you have me, the host Nero, and my friend John. Say hi, John.
Oh, hello.
So, just so you guys know, it may not always be John on the podcast, but it will always be me. So sometimes it may be him, other friends or guests, but we're gonna start here and see where things go. So, for those that don't know me, hello, I'm Nero. I have a background in gaming, anime. I've been a big anime fan since I was like 9 years old. I play fighting games, RPGs, shooter games, you name it. I like RPGs the most out of everything. I love Sonic, Spider Man, typical nerd stuff, you know. So I have a pretty big background, like overall nerd shit. Also, I'm a big fan of Smash Bros. And fighting games, as well as One Piece. So for those One Piece enjoyers, I am one of you. So yeah, you get to know me as the podcast goes on, for episodes. But for now, that's kind of my general idea of who I am. And John, would you like to introduce yourself?
Uh, Hi. My name's John. I like to go by Johnny, and I might say some unhinged shit, but I apologize in advance.
Well, thank you for apologizing in advance, John. So the first topic I think we're going to discuss, what I want to discuss, is I miss E3, and let's set the groundwork for you guys for what I mean by that. Um, so for those that don't already know, E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo, used to be the biggest gaming event for the gaming community for years. It was our Super Bowl, I guess you'd call it, where all the gaming companies came together for a weekend. Where it was Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, even PC games, different companies, Bethesda, and everyone would all get together on a weekend and just like share all the news, the new announcements, games, consoles, all that cool shit would happen on E3. And I think a lot of games that came out because of E3. 'Cause that's also where a lot of developers met each other. Instead of you couldn't get to an email or couldn't get to like a phone call, you could see them in person. You could pitch your idea, your games. And I think, don't quote me on this, I'm not entirely sure, but I think the way Kingdom Hearts was created was Nomura met a Disney exec in the elevator at E3, and that's how the idea was pitched to them. And boom, we have Kingdom Hearts. Because everyone's all in one local space, and I feel like E3 to me represented more to the community than just like a big showcase for games. No, I think it was a community event for everyone, for all gamers, and I think once we lost that community. A lot of things changed. The separation kind of changed. With Nintendo Direct, the PlayStation, what is it? They call those things. I can't think of the name. The Xbox Showcase. And everyone has their own thing now, which is cool. You have your dedicated Xbox fans, but I think the separation was not a great thing because now no one's inclined to like tune in. No one's inclined to pay attention to what's going on. On the big scale, like before, I didn't play Xbox, but I still watched Xbox Showcase, on because it was during the weekend, and I don't know, I missed that. I don't mean to be like old, but like I missed the. It's more like you had to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like it was you had to be in that environment to really understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, I just missed E3's overall vibe, and the fact that we don't have that anymore kind of makes me sad. I mean, we do have the Game Awards, which is like a mini E3 and Summer Game Festival, but not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same at all. It's just nothing really hits the same. So, your thoughts, John?
You just want something that hits different, right?
I want something that hits like it used to be. And I don't know if that's nostalgia. I don't know if that's like me just not enjoying the current landscape of things. But like, I mean,
This is a complicated subject. So the way I'm looking at this is people always want news on whatever they're interested in, right? So
Right.
people will go online, they'll fucking Google it, they'll YouTube it, and they'll find any outlet, whether it be news or, some content creator. And instead of getting all of the news for the year or like all the big bangers for the year at once, you're almost intravenously fed this shit on a regular basis. So people don't really have that drive for the big showcase because everything's already available at their fingertips all year long. So I think content creators have kind of killed E3. I mean, think about it. Like everyone wants to know, like, oh, when's the new DLC coming out, or when's this publisher putting out the next, Dark Souls or whatever the fuck it is.
No, you're right.
People want the information. They're gonna look for it. And how do you get views? You get content that is either like super niche or obscure or something that people are really interested in. So you have these industry insiders that are leaking information. I mean, this there's all sorts of fucking issues, I think, with at least like the advertisement of games currently, like the current state. But
Oh my gosh. How do I hold on? Keep talking. I'm trying to set up. There it is. Boom. All right. Cool. I was putting in streamer mode on my Discord. I was getting messages. I don't want to pop up on the call. But yeah, I agree with you. I think I've seen that same like sentiment that streamers and content creators have kind of ruined that era of gaming essentially because like even with like just E3 the coverage was from the companies themselves, you know. So I got to watch Assassin's Creed 2 being debuted by the developers. They would come out and talk about the game and the graphics and all the cool shit. And I didn't have to worry about some guy in his base talking about, oh, this game doesn't have 40, 30 frames and this and this that. And it adds like a level of like it muddies the waters, you know, from their standpoint, and I think that kind of took away the magic of the event too, because you're getting it from the creators, you know, and that felt kind of like special to me back then, you know. They would announce like, oh, this is the new Halo game, oh my god, and they'll talk about the new features, and you were only worried about the game itself and how fun it was. You weren't worried about the streamers' opinions and the content creators' video and their breakdown of the showcase and all that shit, you know. I do think that, and it's hard to say because I'm a creator too. So it's like I'm in the same like media pool, but I don't know. I just when E3 got canceled, I was very very sad because I was like, you know, end of an era kind of thing, and when they announced it was going to come back, I was like, oh, finally, you know, we can hopefully this takes off. But like you said before, information is now available, you know, everywhere, as opposed to back then we had to wait for E3, you know, so we all had to wait for that day, that time to get all the information, the new announcement. Now we can just get, you know, information from podcasts like this one, or you know, any IGN article, or any streamer or YouTuber that does makes content or leaks or rumors about the next upcoming DLC, you know. And so as opposed to, you know, as opposed to having to wait with your friends and plan an event and we're all gonna watch E3 together, yeah, it doesn't happen anymore. Even with the summer shit, like the summer showcase, like they have like in the summer, it's cool, you know, but it's not the same because I already know what's gonna happen. I already know what's gonna be there. I already know what they're gonna debut. You know, it's just a matter of like when I'm gonna see it. I will say the cool thing about the Game Awards is that they always have, you know, world premieres with things we don't usually like. I don't know about, you know, and I like that, the fact that like it's always something new. Like the Game Awards, it has kind of filled that spot for me a little bit. But it's a one night thing, you know, and it's like all the cool events. But E3 was like what was entire like not even a week. It was like a week, but I don't know. I just miss that era, I guess, and I don't think we're gonna get that back. You know, that the same thing with Attack of the Show, G4. You know, back then you had even the same thing with E3. Like you have the developers were going Attack of the Show or G4, and we weren't so concerned about the graphics and all this silly shit. Now it was just like the game looked cool. It looks cool, and I bought it because it looked cool. That's it. So I don't know, man. I guess I miss the old days.
I mean, since you want to bring up when the dinosaurs were still stomping around, do you
Wow.
remember how rare it was to see a gaming commercial on TV?
Oh my God, yes.
And like how amped you were. Like it's not the fact that it was a game that we wanted to see, but it was the fact that something that we embraced that I mean at the time was it's a new thing. Like a lot of people don't like looking at things for what they could be. They look at things what they are. And when gaming first came out, or when it first started getting, publicly viewed, it was just a bunch of little kids playing and fucking a bunch of adults that, were, what do you call it? Neat? Whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Neat.
Yeah, not in education or training, right? Is that what it's
Kind of. It means like shut-ins essentially.
Well, regardless, I mean, when we were kids, like we were just happy that the thing that we liked was on the TV.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it didn't have to be, the game we were looking for. Like I don't think I ever saw a Final Fantasy VII commercial, but
No, that
I remember seeing fucking like what is it, the NBA fucking 2K or whatever it was. Like,
yeah.
even seeing the commercials for sports games. I hate sports. Like, but I still got amped to see the game commercial.
I remember when I first saw the Kingdom Hearts 2 commercial. And matter of fact, a friend of mine sent me a video of that the other day of the audio of the old PS2 commercial. And thinking back, you're right, man. Like I remember how happy I was just seeing it on TV, just seeing something that I enjoyed on TV. You know, like oh Sora and Kingdom Hearts and on PS2. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it was so cool. And nowadays, I just you see it on a YouTube ad, I guess, or scroll past on TikTok. I think as far as we come, with technology, it's also things have become way more convenient, but at the same time, it's made us, I guess, lazier or because everything is here now. It's there. I don't have to go far to get it, which is like this. This is unrelated, but I want to mention this. I go to for those who don't know, I've been to a ton of anime conventions, and I never cosplayed before, but I used to always buy like anime nerd stuff at conventions, like ninja headbands and necklaces and nerd stuff, Bankai masks and whatnot. And I remember how I was at a convention in Tennessee in 2008 or something like that, 2007, long time ago, and I bought this Ichigo mask of his Bankai, or not his Bankai, his hollow form, and I bought it, and it was so cool, right? That was so important to me. It was so rare, like to have that thing in my hand that I didn't ever see anywhere, right? Now you can buy that at Party City. You could get that at Amazon. But before I had to wait for a convention for the vendor to hopefully sell this one thing, and it made it more important to me because I was like I couldn't just buy that at Walmart. I couldn't just buy that at Target. I had to like go to a convention and hope that somebody sold this one specific thing and buy it before it ran out. So same thing with the gaming stuff. Like they're I just miss like I don't know. I'm talking in circles. I apologize, but yeah. Which brings me to my next point, actually, that I want to mention. I saw someone complain about how gaming is dying or gaming isn't the same anymore. And my response to that is you need to play better games. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Most people that say that play the same games in rotation. They play their Fortnite, their Call of Duty, their NBA 2K, and that's it. But as a person who's been gaming for years, there's so many amazing games that just aren't getting touched because people don't play them, and then they complain there's nothing good to play. What do you think, John?
I mean, I think it's the oversaturation of the market that people are getting these super specific fucking dopamine and serotonin hits, and because there's so many versions of the same fucking game out there, people are constantly looking for something that gave them that original fucking dopamine, and they're not finding it anywhere, and people are getting tired of that because they're looking for a new game to move on to because they're tired of whatever they've been playing. And it's just a market that all these games are basically just reskin versions of each other with different, like, I don't even want to call it mechanics, because like if you look at what was that new Valve game that you played?
With the friends.
Yeah, with that
Um, Steam Lock, Deadlock.
Deadlock. Yeah. So if you look at Deadlock and you look at Overwatch, like obviously they're different games, but fundamentally it's the same fucking mechanics.
Yes. Yeah.
Like we've actually talked about the Overwatch situation, whereas like you're
Mm,
just fucking over it because it's just the same thing recycled over and over again.
yeah. I think that had a lot to do with it, with the oversaturation of gaming in general. Because I brought this up to you before, and some of my friends that like I always bring up Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and how much fun I had with that game, and how much I think that game ruined me. Ruined my expectations for gaming. Like since I played that game, I have not had that amount of fun or enjoyment in a game. And I understand that I have to like acknowledge the fact that those kind of games come around, once every 5 years. I get that, but it's it's hard to find things that are unique because everything is always. I think okay. So let me say my words clearly. Games, gaming developers, to me, very rarely make games for the passion anymore. Back then, I feel like everything was people wanted to prove something or tell a story or show something new or innovate and make a new game because it was fun and enjoyable or they wanted to make their mark, right? Like Mega Man or Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy or Yakuza. Like these games when they came out were special and new and unique, and you could tell that there was passion put behind this project. There was passion, there was love, there was like endearment behind them that clearly went into these games. They weren't a cash grab. It wasn't something that they just did for the profit to make DLC. Shit, even back then we didn't have DLC. Surprise, guys. DLC is a new thing. We didn't always have, more content. You bought a game and that was it. But like,
Yeah, you came out of the fucking box.
yeah, that's all you got. When I went to the store and bought a game, that was it. There was no, I'll get more content in 3 months. No. That was it until like they decided to make a new game. That was it. And I think we appreciated that back then. Like I remember playing games that just were fun, flat out. Like so to going back to Final Fantasy Rebirth, I could tell the love and like passion put into that game, and that's probably why I enjoyed it so much because it was just like I could feel the passion, right? Whereas everything else that's out right now is like you said, the same stuff, man. Like, yeah, it's different, but the same mechanic, the same idea still persists. And I know the whole phrase, nothing new under the sun, but I
I mean, there's nothing wrong with using a winning formula, but
no.
like it gets to a point where enough is enough. Like Call of Duty's been the same goddamn game for the past fucking 15 years.
I agree. That that's kind of why I think was it you who asked me this the other day or somebody else that said do I play FPS outside like just COD? I'm like, nah, I just play just zombies because like I don't.
Oh, Greg asked that.
Yeah, I don't. So I don't know if he's gonna watch this, but like the reason I only play Overwatch or like I guess Marvel Rivals is because I used to play heavy Call of Duty. Like I was like one of those. I want to practice trick shotting. I want to do 360 no scopes. And I want to play the multiplayer and all this shit, dude. I was that guy for a while, and I think back then we had like everything. We had Modern Warfare and Battlefield and Rainbow. We had all of the things all at the same time. Halo, and I got burnt out of the same shit, dude. I would buy COD every year faithfully. Every game would come out, I'll buy it, and the same shit over and over again. Different guns, same names, different guns. You know, and it just wasn't. It's just been the same formula, and it got to a point where I'm like, I don't want to shoot another dumb gun. So when Overwatch came out, it was like, oh, there's this like game where I can play FPS format, but I'm like shooting a bow and arrow. I'm shooting like magic missiles. I'm like doing ultimate attacks. I'm a ninja. Like and it felt unique. It felt different. It had the same formula, but like a different take on it. So I can like play as a dragon, guy that shoots like magic dragon out of his bow and arrow. I can play as a cyborg ninja, throws shurikens, and it felt fun. It felt engaging. It felt different. Whereas when I play Call of Duty, to me at least, it's just another gun, another game where I can just shoot a gun at enemy and that's it. And it did. I don't know. It didn't fulfill anything for me. So now, whenever I see a new game come out, like a Battlefield or Rainbow Six, I don't have any, like, I don't have any, like,
Drive to pick it up.
yeah, none at all, not none. I can look, it looks cool, but it doesn't look cool enough for me to actually buy it or even play it. So I don't know. I'm into like I guess fantasy kind of things. Like even do you remember Concord?
Isn't that that game that fucking failed miserably because it was
Yes.
woke?
Yeah. Well. Yeah, it failed miserably. It tanked horribly. Hot take. For those, I actually enjoyed Concord's gameplay. I know. Before you get in the comments, writing, "Oh, you
Embarrassed.
fucking what the hell?" I will say no. I'm gonna double down on this though. I thought the game was fun. However, comma, it looked like dog shit. I will agree with all of you. The character models, the characters, the names, the designs, all of that shit looked like piss water. I'm not gonna lie to you. It did not look appealing. It felt very like unrealistic for even for fantasy standards. The designs were not cool. They weren't like, and I hate to compare it to Overwatch, but Overwatch has cool designs. Like the thing with I think certain games to me, even and I play gotcha games, guys. I play Zone Zero, Genshin. I play those games, and a character design can sell your game alone. A good character can take you far. Yes, you need a good story, roughly. Yes, you need a good design aspect. Yes, you need a lot of different things. But a good character can take you a long way. With Overwatch, that's why Tracer is sells so well. Tracer has, the merch and the shirts and the jackets and the hoodies and the plush dolls because how she looks. Yeah, she has a story, roughly there, but her character looks appealing. She
Story?
looks cool, right? She has a story actually. Yeah, she see exactly. Like Tracer as a character, she's just a character. She's just a British girl with a cute little voice and like a design, right? But she has backstory. She has an actually really good story. But her design is cool. She looks appealing. She feels appealing to play. She sounds nice, and those things will carry you far. With Concord, the gameplay to me it was fun, but it didn't have any good designs in it at all. It felt very like you put an art kid in charge of a project who really wanted to prove himself, but he was too busy being artsy and not busy enough making a good design. If that makes sense. Like I don't know. It felt like they just wanted to not signal, but I don't know. I'm all about inclusivity, you know what I'm saying? But to me, as long as it makes sense, as long as things make sense, then I'm cool. But anyway, Concord, fun game, didn't look great, and unfortunately, the design failed it. But the point I was making originally was like I like those fantasy games, the games that like you can shoot like orbs and magic and where it's not just a pistol, not just a gun, and I would look forward to seeing those games come out. But then I think right now there's oversaturation. Back to the original point, there's oversaturation of all of that stuff right now because there's a ton of FPS games that are out that failed miserably a lot because they're all the same. I mean, Concord failed because of that reason. You're trying to do something that already exists. Where would have Overwatch? Where would have Valorant? Where would have League of Legends? Where would have characters like this? So what are you going to do differently to make gamers want to play them? And I don't know. Sorry to yap for a second there, John. I didn't mean to take up all the screen time there.
Oh, no, dude, you're good.
But yeah, it just gaming is not dying, guys. Gaming is not dying. I think you guys need to play better games, and that sounds insane or mean, but it's very fucking true. I always tell people, if you want a new game to play, try something different. Try something you don't usually play. If you always play FPSs, play an RPG. If you ever play RPG, try a turn-based game. You ever play turn-based, try a fighting game. You never know what you may enjoy if you don't try it. And with me, for example, for a long time, I was a big fan of fighting games. Like I played Street Fighter and Tekken, and then at some point, I just got burnt out. I got tired of hearing the round one. I got over it. I got over it, and I'm like, man, what do I play? And there's two games that I will die on a hill and say they're probably the best games I've ever played in my entire life. Yakuza series and Cyberpunk 2077. To this day, I will scream from the heavens that Cyberpunk 2077 is one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life, hands down. And I played it when it first came out. This is back in COVID, back in 2020. I had COVID. I was sick, and while I was sick, I played Yakuza and Cyberpunk. And man, let's start with Yakuza. First of all, and the whole point of this, guys, is just to let you guys understand. There are games out here you should play. There are plenty of games you guys should try out at least before you go to there's nothing to play. No, you need to get off Fortnite. You need to get off Fortnite and get off COD. You know what I'm saying? Go try something different. But Yakuza, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm gonna give you like a synopsis. There's this guy, Kiryu, and he's young. He's like I think 19 or whatever, and he joins this group, this gang, and he wants to prove himself. And so his boss is like, "Hey, I want you to go get this money from this guy. He owes us money." So he goes to get the money from the guy, and when he follows him to the alleyway, the guy's in the alley, but he's dead. He's beat up and he's dead. And he's like, "Yo, what happened here? What's going on here?" And turns out he was framed for the murder. So in Yakuza, he's like, "Well, I didn't do it." They're like, "Yeah, well, you're the last one there. What's going on here? We think you did it. It's your fault. You know, you make it look bad. This is not a good look for us." He's like, "Yeah, but I didn't do it, so I'm not gonna take fault for this." Like he's like, "You know what? How about this? I'll leave the group. I'm gonna leave the gang." And they're like, "No, you're not doing that. You're not leaving anywhere." He's like, "But I am." And then the game starts, and you start beating ass. You start handing out paws. You know what I'm saying? You start handing out the hands, and it's so fun. Like it push you. Think of it like, I guess GTA, but like better. If you ask me, it's better than GTA because it has a better story, better combat, better characters, better story. Oh my god, the story for Yakuza is insane. Oh god, oh my screen went away. The story of Yakuza is truly insane, dude. But yeah. Definitely play Yakuza. There is a ton of game in the franchise. There's I think 1 through 6, and then there's the spinoff games, and all of them are really good. So yeah, play Yakuza. Cyberpunk 2077. That game is a masterclass of just great storytelling, combat, world building, lore, characters. That game is just chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. And before you're in the comments talking about some, "Oh, but Nero, oh, but it had bugs and it had glitches." Shut up. Shut up. Though, first of all, they've been patched already. There's no excuse. I played when it came out fresh, bugs and all, and I had a great time. So no. John, do you have any recommendations for people to play?
Recommendations for you to play?
Yeah, not for me. Like for people to try out games they haven't, like your like favorite games you want to mention that you really enjoy, that you feel are underrated.
I mean, currently, I'm a big fan of roguelikes.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a game called Gunfire Reborn. It's a action first-person shooter. It's like a looter shooter, almost like Borderlands. What I like about it is because it's a roguelike, you can choose to build your character and your guns however the fuck you want, which is really nice. Because no two runs are the same. It's kind of got the same vibe of Call of Duty Zombies. Like you always start off at square one, but right out the gate, when you spawn in, you can get one of 3, or there's a chest where there's random weapons in it, and the weapons that you can get out of the first chest are the same weapons that you want at the very end of the game. The only difference is they're not leveled, so you can choose to take these guns with you on this adventure and carry out the good Lord's work, or you can switch out your guns halfway through the run. It's just whatever you're feeling or whatever the situation dictates. So I think Gunfire Reborn is a game that is slept on for sure. I think everyone should give it a chance, but that's also because I'm a potato. Like, I like simple things.
No, same. From RPG fans, you guys should definitely go play Dragon Quest 11, Elusive Age. Now, I am I'm not against turn-based gaming. I grew up playing turn-based games, obviously, but for the longest time, I was kind of like, I'm tired of the turn-based games. I'm over it. Dragon Quest XI is a masterclass in turn-based combat. It is so fun. It is so enjoyable. The game looks beautiful and it aged very gracefully. I know it came out some years ago, but you wouldn't tell. The game looks beautiful, truly beautiful. Play Dragon Quest. What can I recommend people to play? I mean, go. I don't want to give you a huge list, but hey, go try some new things, man. Get off Fortnite, bro. Go try something different. I feel like gaming is not dying. We're at an all-time high of gaming. Of content, of things being made. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's games all over the place now, from PC to mobile games, sports games. Everything is out for you. If you look hard enough, you'll find it. There's a game. If you can think it's probably already been made, unless you want to make it yourself. But yeah, just try some new stuff, because I feel like gaming. Now, I will say this: gaming as an era for us is dead. I don't think we'll ever be at that point where we were, the golden age, essentially, of a new Halo, and a new Call of Duty game that really stands out. I think those days are over, personally, because, like John said, everything's been done now. There's oversaturation of everything. Same skin, same different game, same skin. Which is why I enjoy Final Fantasy Rebirth, because it was like, out of all the mess in the gaming community, this one thing stood out. And on top of it, the story's already been told. It's just how they did it. But I don't know, man. That's just my take on the gaming landscape of like, is gaming dying? Because it's not. Also, if you guys still watching, I made a video about this topic on my channel some years ago, about that. The gaming is not dying and is very much alive. So yeah. But I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken,
I think the sentiment that gaming is dying is because people are a little bit reluctant to look at the big picture. Because if you really want to look at like gaming as a whole, there are a lot of games. Like, you're not restricted to like just what's coming out, next year.
yeah,
There's a library of games.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 had bangers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go in the past, man. Like, you guys you don't have to play the next PS5 game, the next PC release. You can go play PS4, PS3. Shit, you can go play Sega Genesis, Dreamcast. Like, there's a library of things you can try. I mean, there are people that are just now discovering Jet Set Radio. Like, come on, that was a game that came out in the '90s. Like you guys. There's a game for everything. You just gotta go back in the catalog and play. And as a matter of fact, it's easier now. If you have PlayStation Plus, I think the premium, they have PS1 and PS2 games on there to play, and a big library. They're just available for you. People don't want to try. People don't want to look for games, man. They just want to play the new shit because it's out there. But like, I don't know. That's why I get a little like peeved when I see trailers. Like, I know they had a trailer for Animusha last year at the Game Awards. And I was so stoked because, Animusha was a game on PS2 that I played when I was a kid. And they're like, what is this game? What is this new game? I'm like, new? No. Animusha is... No, this is not a new thing. This is old. But no one got that because they didn't play Animusha. And then no one thought about even, no one tried it out. So like, go play Animusha Warlords, PS2 game. Should go play Ninja Gaiden, PS3 game. Shit, like, just... Yeah, go back in the past, man. There's a lot of games, dude. Go play Mega Man. All of them. Literally.
Oh. So, as much as we find those older games charming, for someone that has grown up in the age of like 3D environments, I can 60 see FPS. I can see how, like, I don't want to do that peasant shit. Like,
right? Like, What do you mean? This game is pixels. It's not 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second.
This is 2D. I'm only going left or right. It's
Yeah.
like, yes, I know.
Where's the open world? This is the world. This is the world. You go forward, you go back, and if you go too far, you can't go back. You have to only go forward. I
Yeah,
think.
but in these worlds, when you spawn in, you got to make sure you check back because if you don't, you're gonna miss something key. Like when you jump into one of those side scrollers, and then all of a sudden, like you can obviously you're supposed to go right, but you go left to check and see if there's like a breakable wall.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it kind of annoys me because you're right. A lot of gamers, not a lot, a massive amount of them. You're right. They're born in this era with VR, virtual reality. They weren't exposed to Atari and Genesis and Dreamcast and those kind of things. But the PS2 was the best-selling gaming console of all time for a reason. Like it had more than just Final
VI.
Fantasy on there. Yeah, it had a ton. It had Metal Gear Solid, bro. Come on, it had Metal Gear Solid. What the heck? Do you guys know about MGS? No, I'm not talking about the Guns of the Patriot. No, no, no. I'm talking about OG Metal Gear, like Resident Evil. Um, Man, you know what? Fuck PlayStation, Nintendo 64. Like, dude, there's a game I'm gonna blow this game up. You know what? If I can find a way to play it on stream, I will. There's a game called Iggy's Wrecking Balls. Okay, listen. Iggy's Wrecking Balls is a stupid game. You play as a goddamn ball. You play as a ball, and there's two buttons. There's jump and grab, well, and move, obviously. You like have a little chain attached to you, and you can just like hook yourself as a ball and jump around the map, and it's a race. By the way, the game is a racing game. You play as a ball, and you're like racing it through the obstacle course as a wrecking ball, and it's so fucking fun. It is so stupid, and it's out. It came out on the Nintendo 64, and man, made by Acclaim. By the way, Acclaim. That's back when Acclaim had. I think they were doing before they did Tony Hawk. They're making those really weird games, but yeah, dude, the 64, Donkey Kong 64, Mario, hell, the GameCube. There's a laundry list of games people could try. So whenever I hear that gaming is dying, nothing to play, that's cap. You're just lazy. You're just fucking lazy, dude. There is one game though that I miss so much. Rock Band / Guitar Hero. Oh man, jeez. So chat. Oh chat. I'm sorry. I'm not streaming. Sorry, podcast. And now chat. I love rhythm games. I love. I'm a pro. Don't laugh. All right. At Dance Revolution. That is my thing, man. Like I love music games. I love Beat Saber, DDR, Just Dance, all that shit, man. I love all those rhythm games. So when I got a hold of Rock Band as a kid, I grew up in an alternative kid. I want to have a guitar and I want to be in a rock band. I had a skateboard. I couldn't skate for shit, but I had one. I had a little thing on my bike, try to grind on rails. I had all that dumb shit. It never did. We all had to try that stuff, And Guitar Hero, like, it literally made you feel like a rock star. Like, you felt like, oh wow, I can play Guns N' Roses and not be Guns N' Roses. I could be, Linkin Park, but not. It felt so fun, dude. It's so enjoyable. Like, I miss that era, yo. I miss like the first time you did something. With the first time I played Guitar Hero and how much fun I had. I miss those moments, and I don't know if it's me being an adult, but I don't have that anymore. Like I don't get that experience.
You don't get that hit.
Yeah, I don't know. But then I gotta think, did I have the same feeling back then? Like when I was playing Kingdom Hearts for the first time. Well, I was just playing it, I wasn't thinking like, oh my god, no, I was just playing a game, And now I look back on it fondly, like I wish I could play that game again for the first time over, experience that song for the first time again, experience
Oh
Sora.
man, simple and clean.
Yes, simple and clean. I wish I could hear that for like the first time I heard the song, I was enamored. I'm like, oh my god, what is this? And I wish I could do that again. I could hear that when you walk. I just want to experience those moments again, and I can't. And that thought sometimes makes me depressed. Like the thought, like there's so many things I wanna try again, fresh. Like I mentioned DDR, and the first time I got a chance to experience DDR, I was at Haunted Trails. For those that don't know, Haunted Trails is I don't know if he still exists anymore. It was a mini golf theme park. It was a mini golf park, really. That's all it really was. It had a little arcade. And when I went to this arcade, I saw like a line of kids like standing like by this game. I'm like, what the heck's going on there? What the hell? So I walk over there, and there's this music. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And it has like lights and lasers. I'm like, what the? So I go over there, and there's this kid just dancing. He just like just grooving. And I'm like, yo, what is this? I want to have this. And back then, we didn't have, you couldn't just have a game in your house, right? You had a PS2, or you had an Xbox, or a Nintendo, you had what was available. But the arcade had things that you couldn't buy in the store. It had like special games, arcade games, stuff you had to go to the arcade to play. So when I experienced DDR, I had this I don't know what the term would be, but like this spark, this like fun, this like, oh my gosh, I want to try this kind of thing, which I don't get anymore from games. I don't get that feeling. I don't get that rush, that oh my gosh, I can't wait to try it. I get like oh, that's cool, oh, that's fun, that's neat. Even when I see a trailer, go ahead.
You know what you like now.
What'd you say?
You know what you like now. Like before, you would try anything and everything because there was nothing fucking else available. Like I remember loading up those discs that you got with the PlayStation Monthly magazines.
Oh, the demo discs.
And I remember playing through those things like hundreds of times.
Yeah, same.
First level of stuff. But I mean, that's what we had, so I mean, that's what we enjoyed. And then as the gaming landscape, or I mean, at least as gaming improved, like we were there for every step of the way, every milestone. It felt like almost an achievement on our part. Like I was here for this, and we're no longer hitting those milestones. Like there aren't any big leaps and bounds in tech or anything.
Yeah, I think
I brought that up earlier.
No, that's so true. That is so true. That now, yeah, you're right. Because now I know what I like. I play what I like. So I tend to stick to my RPGs, my rhythm games, and my Overwatch, and that's kind of it. But back then, I remember when I there was a disc I had. I think it was Dreamcast. I think, but I don't remember. But it had Dead or Alive on there. It had I think Ninja Gaiden. It had a bunch of random games in there, and I remember playing the fuck out of that. And it was the same game, It just played it over and over and over and over, and it was so fun. I'm like, oh man, I miss that feeling, dude. I miss it. So no. People in the comments, I'm not agreeing with you. Game is dead. I'm not agreeing with you. I'm just saying that our generation of gaming, I think, is gone. Like that era is gone, and it will not come back. Of course, there are devs and companies that make new experiences, but that's hard, man. It's got to be hard to like figure out what to make. What can you tackle that hasn't been done before? What spin can you put on a new game that hasn't been done before? It's hard. I mean, I'm writing a manga myself, and sometimes I get stuck, and I'm like, man, I want to write this story, but this story has been done before, or this like archetype has been done before, or this style, this genre of characters, art, it's been done, and everything is Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm yapping in circles. I'm sorry, but yeah, we're things have been finished already.
Isn't that kind of the intention of a podcast?
Yes, but so one thing that triggers me, and I do it, is when people talk in circles. That like they'll say something and they'll make a statement, and they'll say the same thing like two times over. And I don't know if that, but they're probably not aware they're doing it because I try not to do it. So I try to be like aware that's happening, when I'm talking. So I try not to like double back around to the same thing I said already like two times over because like okay, I already said this. They get it. I should probably move on now. Yeah.
You gotta take a book out of the book of habitual line crossers.
Goddamn. Oh wow. Well, it's been 45 minutes. I think it's a good place to call the podcast. I think we've talked about um, the landscape of gaming as a whole. There's E3. How the death of gaming. The gaming is not dying. Guys, are just lazy. And our likes and enjoyment of our old, our olden days, I guess you'd call it.
Back in the old times.
Yeah, back in the good times. Yeah, I mean, I always quote that Office episode where I think Andrew was like, "You don't know you're in the good days till they're gone." Because, like I said before, when I was playing those games, I wasn't aware that I was playing like Kingdom Hearts, the game that will become like my personality for the next 10, 15 years. I wasn't aware of that at the time. I was just playing a game. And now I look back like, damn, I was just sitting in my mom's basement, playing Kingdom Hearts, Sora, and just I remember real quick, guys. So there used to be a website called OneUp.com. It was like it was before IGN. It was I guess it was the IGN. It was called OneUp, and it had all the gaming news. And back then you can make your own little blog and you could post your own news. Like so, I had my own little blog thing, and it was dedicated to Kingdom Hearts, right? So like I would go on the internet and like search for shit, and then I would like find like little leaks and information, and I would post it on my little blog. And my name back then was Dual Keyblades, and I had like a little Kingdom Hearts blog. And I remember when Kingdom Hearts 2 before it came out, they had little like info dumps of the BHK, the blonde haired kid who was Roxas, but we didn't know at the time. So I would call him, oh yeah, there's a new screenshot of the BHK, a new screenshot, and here's some information. And it was just exciting back then. It was a fresh feeling to be involved in that. Like it was the first time all of these things happening, like this new game, and I'm reporting on it. Oh man, I missed that shit, dude. I miss like I. I guess we're on the topic now, so I guess it's on the next episode. But I really want to have a job in the gaming industry. I've always wanted to be in the gaming industry. That was my dream as a kid, was to be in the industry, whether it is reporting on it, working for a company, or like I always wanted to be a creative director, like have my own game, like create a story, and I want to present at E3 and like, hey guys, this is my game, this is my thing. I've always wanted to do that. But I never thought about being a journalist. I don't know if I have the chops to be a gaming journalist like that because I would get triggered when I see reviews and then like it'd be some guy that doesn't even play RPGs playing a game and trying to rate it. Like, bro, you don't even like, we all remember the Wind Waker fiasco. The too much water. I'm like, is this guy serious? Is he? Are you for real? Like, that is the pretense. You're on a boat. That there's water. That's the whole point of the story, is that the world covered in water. What the hell? Like, who hired you? I don't know. I miss those days. I miss when things were simpler and honest, and like I could turn on a game and just play it for fun instead of like, even with the Assassin's Creed Shadows fiasco right now, like it's a crime to enjoy a game. What's that? You think the game is good? Well, you're a bad person. What's wrong with you? You support this game, dude? It's a game. Like first and foremost, the whole point is to have fun. Like that's the very first thing that you do it with the video game, is to just play it and have a good time. That's the point, And I think us as gamers, we've gotten away from that part, just having fun. Like if anything, I want you guys to take away from this, from me as a content creator. At the end of the day, whatever you play, whether it's a shooter or FPS or RPG, just first and foremost, have a good time, dude. Don't worry about the reviews or what they say about the game or the clickbait or the streamers. Just, do you like it? You do? Go buy it. Go play it. You know, go enjoy it. Don't worry about what someone told you. You know, some TikTok you saw about the game, or some streamer say he didn't like it, or oh, they're peddling DI or wokeness. Who gives a fuck, man? Do you like the game? You do? All right, cool. Go play it. That's it. That should be the only thing you're concerned about is how you feel. Do you have fun? Do you enjoy it? Are you the core audience? If all of those are yes, then fucking don't do it, man. I do. That's how I play all my games. I give a damn.
Buff gif in there,
huh?
As the editor, put a Shia LaBeouf gif in there.
Yeah, do it, bro. Do it. Yeah, put it right there. Then do it. Like, yeah. I'll be damned. Like, listen, I play Zenless Zone Zero, and I get shit for that all the time. Oh, it's a gooner game. Oh, it's a waifu game. I don't care. I don't care. You know why? Because I have fun. It's fun to me. I enjoy it. So I could give a damn what someone says about a game that I enjoy. Are you playing it or am I playing it? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. End of discussion. But anyway, guys, I'm glad you guys came out to the podcast, the first episode of I'm Glad You Asked. I don't know if I hope that I asked. Did I see? I'm already messing this up. I'm glad you guys came. So thank you for watching. I will try to get an episode up. I'm gonna shoot for maybe weekly or bi-weekly. I don't know yet, but we're gonna see how this one does. And yeah. So hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Enjoy yourselves. And as always, guys, have a damn good one. Peace out.
Bye.
I don't need respect, I'm the threat. Tell 'em I'm so free, I got no chains on me. I'm so free, I got no chains on me. Nappy hair, no shame on me. I'm so free, I got no chains on me. I'm so free, I got no chains on me. I'm so free, I got no chains on me.